Okay, some cool things today. Obviously, you guys could probably tell there was a little bit of different emphasis going on. We worked some backed up scenarios. We had the ball on our own 1 yard line, and the offense had to try to work their way out, get 2 first downs. In the first 2 drives, the offense was able to do it. What was great about it, the next 2 drives, was the defense capitalizing. We get a sack by Cody Temple to create a safety in the end zone on a blown assignment in protection, and then Cam Smith gets the pick 6. So, it was really cool to see the offense execute it right, but then when the offense made their mistakes, the defense capitalized and make plays and score points, which is what you love to do when you have a team backed up in that scenario. Also worked some 2-point plays today. That was the finish challenge with the defense coming out on top. Lamar Dawson again with the winning play. He had the winning play a couple days ago in the 2-minute drill. Did it again here on the last play of the 2-point play, which I think just reiterates what we've been seeing out of Lamar. He's just been a really active player for us, a guy who's just continues to show up and do those things that we think he's capable of doing. So all in all, it was a really competitive practice. There were some really cool teachable moments for us about playing and becoming a more disciplined football team, which is what we're striving to become, that we're able to lean on and hopefully learn from. But all in all, the guys battled. And we worked our way from helmets Tuesday to half pads today on Thursday, and then Saturday we'll be in here in full pads and we'll get after it. So looking forward to our coaches clinic, which is starting tomorrow. We got some great speakers coming in. We got a bunch of high school coaches coming in, which should be great. And then continuing that into Saturday, and then having a really cool physical practice on Saturday.
But what about the other inside linebacker? It seems like Elijah Tucker's done a lot of 1 reps. He even played a little outside linebacker today. What have you seen out of him?
Yeah, you know what I've seen at Elijah is he's changing his body. He came in, I don't want to say soft, but he came in just a little bit of a softer, longer guy. He's really hardened himself up, which has helped him become more explosive. He's studying. Which is allowing him to be versatile. He's been playing inside. We put him outside today, let him rush the passer some. He showed up there, so that was encouraging.
You got a linebacker core now when you got Lamar, Cameron, and Olajuwon that has a different look from last year. I mean, these are bigger,
a little more physical guys. You're exactly right, which is what we wanted to become. Obviously, we have to develop some of those guys. We have to obviously recruit it too, and Cam's the first freshman here. We have 3 more coming in Porter Gustin, Osa Messina, and John Houston, which I think again will fit that mold that we want to be able to. In our conference, we get spread out so much, and our linebackers get put in a lot of one-on-one scenarios to shed blocks off of guards and then get off the blocks and make those plays and make those tackles. And we want to be able to make those tackles for no gains or gains of 1 or 2 and not gains of 4, 5, or 6. And so I think the bigger physical backer inside allows us to do that. And so that's kind of I think we'll see over time here as the years go on a little bit of a shift philosophically to how we want to play defense.
You mentioned Cody Temple. How's he progressed this spring?
Cody's been very good. Obviously he's getting a lot of reps. He's getting a lot of opportunities with Antoine being out. He's going against a great player every day in Max Turek. I mean, you could argue the best center in the country. So for Cody, these reps are invaluable for him to continue to work and to battle. And the thing about being a defensive lineman, you're going to get nicked up. And I think Cody's been a little banged up. He got a little nicked up today, kept battling, kept competing, and that's exactly what you need to have out of your nose tackle.
What happened to Khalil Rogers the other day? I guess he didn't work today.
He's had a shoulder deal that's been bothering him for about a year. It flared up on him on Tuesday. So we'll see how it progresses and exactly what we do with it. But I think we'll see him back.
For the D-line and the defense as a whole, what sort of extra motivation or intensity does it provide having Leonard Williams back out here?
Well, I mean, it's always, they want to show out for their buddy when he's here. Leonard might be the first pick of the draft, and so when they see Leonard here, they want to make sure that they make him proud of the way they play and how they play. And I just think it's neat that Leonard comes out here, and that he wants to be involved in practice and running around. That guy could be doing anything right now, but he's out here with us, and he's in the middle of drills, and he's running around and having fun, and that's exactly how we know him, and the beauty of it is he hasn't changed. He is who he is.
Is what Cam Smith is doing a bit atypical for a true freshman in spring?
I'm hesitant to say atypical because, again, you guys know me well enough. I don't set expectations on guys. I don't set a ceiling or an expectation he should be doing this at this point or that point. It's kind of, you have to allow them to show us who they are, and everybody's going to be at a different stage. I think what's been cool for Cam, I think this is his second pick six of spring practice so far. He's a physical guy inside. He's not the most vocal guy right now, but how could you be as a true freshman, and graduating high school early? But I've been impressed, and he's made those flashing plays that you notice. But on the other side, I'm looking at two true freshman tackles that are in there, and Chumi Doga and Roy Hemsley that are doing it too. So we're lucky to have these guys in early, and they're getting some really quality reps and valuable reps that are going to help them when fall camp rolls around.
Do you know, Steve, when you're going to make those early enrollee guys
Not until
available?
fall camp.
They're not going to be available at all?
No.
With Adoree playing both ways, well, really in all three phases, what is that like for him studying the playbook?
Well, I think what we learned about Adoree a year ago is he has a really high football IQ. I mean, that guy can pick things up quickly. I think it's a credit to Coach Wilcox, Coach Hayward, Coach Helton, Coach Martin, to work really well together, so that we're not just bombarding him with information or useless information that could take up space that is needed for valuable information. So, but I have to give Adoree really all of the credit there, because I don't know many people that can take on what he's taken on right now. And he does it at a high level. I mean, the guy, I think, probably converted 4 or 5 third downs for us today in one-on-one scenarios. And he'll probably come back Saturday on defense and break up 4 or 5 third down plays on the defensive side of the ball. So, we're in spring practice. We're months away from playing, and we're going to have to be very strategic when we go into games of exactly how we're going to use him, because it will be different than it was a year ago, because he has more volume. He has more offense that he can understand. We can do more with him on defense because of his understanding of the defense. That being said, that doesn't mean that he can go out and play 180 plays week after week after week. So we just have to be smart with him. We have to be very strategic of exactly what we're doing with him. But he is something else. That his ability to learn, retain, and then ultimately apply what he does on the field day after day from one side of the ball to the other is very impressive.
He said he's trying to convince you to give him some handoffs. Have any success
I
there?
snuck one in there with him today on a couple different plays in pre-practice, and it's very enticing, believe me. So who knows? But that's what he gives you. He gives you this unique ability to do different things that, I mean, when he has the ball in his hands, you're not surprised, or that you have the feeling of he could score. And that's a great thing to have when it's on your team. It's not great when the other teams have that guy. So we're fortunate to have him. He's practicing his tail off. He's working really hard, and I think that's why we're seeing the results that we're seeing out of him.
Could you foresee him?
Go ahead, Lindsay.
Is there any update on Bryce Dixon?
No, not yet. That wasn't even a question, so we'll give you
With Adoree, could you foresee him having more of a balance, or would it be adding offense?
Well, again,
and keeping full-time
I think that's
defense?
why I said we're months away. We don't know. Again, part of that is going to be based off of how our true freshmen do when they come in. Part of it's going to be when spring ball's done and we can really evaluate our current roster, and we can look at the cut-ups of individual players and schemes and how everything really comes together. But we're going to have to do it quickly in August. We're going to have probably about a good 2 weeks or so, maybe 2.5 weeks to figure this thing out, to get ready for the first game. And then it's just going to be an ongoing process. I think there'll be games where we'll see him more on offense than maybe others that we've had. It's going to be matchups. It's going to be game plans. It's going to take a really good job by our entire coaching staff working together to put Adoree in the best position to be successful. It's easy just to throw him out there But that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to win football games. We're trying to put him in position to be successful, because when he's successful, then we are.
Great.
Alrighty, guys.
Thank you.
Sorry.